What's up, guys? Brian's not your face here today, and this is the last video for today, guys. Whatever. We talk about the fat classification. We talk about omega 3 fats. We talk about omega 6 fats. We talk about omega 7 fats, fatty acids. We talk about omega 9 fatty acids. They're not really needed, but again, it can just having more, just making sure that your liver, that it can be even more healthier with omega 9 fatty acids. But again, they're not needed. But again, even having that in your diet, it just prevents it more from getting narrowed arteries, from having bad liver function, from having a liver that has too much unneeded cholesterol, and you're getting all this natural cholesterol again, and you're putting it in your body. So it's having good effects on your liver. Your liver is going to be a healthy liver. You're going to prevent chances of LDL, narrowed arteries. You're going to be chances of LDL, bad cholesterol, of cholesterol spikes, of cardiovascular diseases with your heart, blood vessels in your heart, whether your heart can regulate the blood vessels and the blood circulation, inclusion in a bad way that we don't want to happen, cardiovascular diseases, heart attacks, strokes. We talk about all this kind of stuff. And I want to talk about the foods that are high in oleic acids that we... Now, they're really high in extra virgin olive oil. They're really high in... I gotta make sure I look right. They're really high in olive oil. Higher in that than they are in things like coconut oil. Things like canola oil. All those kind of oils that we really look at. And what I say about polyunsaturated fats is that polyunsaturated fats, what helps better to maintain your cholesterol, maintain your natural cholesterol in your body that your liver is producing. Goodness. Make sure that, again, you're preventing the risk of things like LDL, bad cholesterol, narrowed arteries, having cholesterol spikes where your liver cannot regulate your cholesterol because, again, it has natural and unnatural cholesterol, more of unnatural, and what that makes it makes it confused. It makes it feel bad liver function when there's too much caffeine, too much carbohydrates. It's going to be affecting your liver even at all these empty calories. All these foods that are high in fats, these foods that are high in sugar, these foods that are high in cholesterol, it's just higher in lipids that are high in fat, saturated fats. And that more polyunsaturated fats is definitely more related to saturated fats than monounsaturated fats. Monounsaturated fats is more different. It's more complex than polyunsaturated fats, and because it's more complex, it's more healthy for you. And as I talk about this being more complex, it's more healthy for you. And I think we're gonna finish off with like 5 videos for today, guys. I'm almost at my 100th video, so wish me luck on that, guys. Yeah? Hope it goes well for me. They can also be found in meats. They can be found in meats. When we look at meats, they can be found in beef. We can find oleic acids. We can find it in turkey. We can find it in all of these meats as we think about it. Same thing as we're talking about omega 3 fats. We can find them in nuts. We can find them in seeds. We can find them in avocados from Mexico. We can find them in peanut butter. We can find them in tuna. We can find them in eggs. We can find them. But again, foods that are high in selenium, meats that are high in selenium, like beef, like when we think about yellowfin tuna, not yellowfish tuna. I swear, I was calling it yellowfish tuna for the longest of time, and then I realized that yellowfin tuna is what it's called. So I was like, I'm really confused. So I had to correct myself on that point, guys. So, oh yeah, but yeah, oleic acids. Just remember this: nuts, oil, cheese, poultry, meat. Nuts, oil, meat, poultry, cheese. And oleic acids, if you have way too much, now they can be found in foods that are high in carbohydrates, like pizza. They can be found in all this processed stuff. So you really have to be wary because oleic acids, that they're not the healthiest, okay? But if you want a balance, if you want to just maintain your cholesterol level, preventing LDL, bad cholesterol, narrowed arteries, preventing your risk of strokes, heart attacks, of bad liver function, have a little bit of oleic acids, omega 9 fatty acids. But just remember that they're not needed. They're not needed to maintain your cholesterol. But it's good to just have a balance of every fat. But they can be found in foods that are also high in saturated fats. They can be found high in canola oil, which is not the healthiest. Vegetable oil, which is not the healthiest. Hydrogenated oils. But guess what? Just for a balance, a complete balance of these fats, you can go for that too. It's not gonna be bad, but just make sure that you're regulating it, just for your liver in the long run, to make sure that you're preventing the risk of liver function, of liver failure, LDL, things like narrowed arteries, cholesterol spikes. Preventing all these things, as I talk about on my channel, is again major. So nuts, oil, cheese, meats, poultries. They can be found in walnuts. They can be also found in nuts, such as that are complemented with again with omega-3 fats, alpha-linolenic acids. Talk about oleic acids. It's really funny. We think about omega-6 fats. We think about linolenic acids. We think about omega-3 fats. We think about alpha-linolenic acids. And then omega-9 fats are just called oleic acids. Why would you get a plain name? Why would you get a bland name? You know? I just don't know. Why you would get a plain name if you were trying to be something cool. Joking. Okay. Whatever, guys. So, it's going to be the video about today and foods that are high in oleic acid. And I think that it's very crucial because I did a video about foods that are high in monounsaturated fats, that are high in omega-3 fats, and oleic acid. So, nuts, cheese, poultry, meat. Nuts, meats, poultry, cheese, oil. High in all that stuff, especially foods that are high in monounsaturated fats. And polyunsaturated fats are usually high in oleic acids, but make sure to limit polyunsaturated fats, to limit oleic acids, to increase your intake of alpha-linolenic acids, of omega-3 fatty acids, and monounsaturated fats. Omega-7 fatty acids. And that really just affects your liver in the long run, to make sure that it's not the healthiest state in his life, and to prevent really the risk of bad liver function, premature death, dying at any stage. Because guess what? Your organs are dying out. They're dying out so slowly because of all these lipids, all these saturated fats, too much. When you have too many fats, it's going to be killing your liver. It's going to be affecting narrowed arteries. It's going to be affecting cholesterol spikes, heart attacks, chances of cardiovascular diseases, chances of strokes. And as I talk about chances of LDL, bad cholesterol, we talk about narrowed arteries. We talk about LDL, a blood plasma lipoprotein that, again, is high in bad cholesterol, that carries cholesterol to your cells, your body's cells, and muscle tissues. That's really bad because you want blood vessels to be supplying oxygen to your body's cells and muscle tissues. And what's up, guys? Brandon Second Finish here, out.